Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mortgage Heroes YouTube channel, your go-to source for everything VA loans. Today we're tackling a question that confuses a lot of veterans and active duty service members alike. Can you get a VA loan with no credit score? The answer is yes, but the process is a little different than a traditional loan. If you've never used credit cards, taken out a loan, or had any debts reported to the credit bureaus, you might not have a credit score at all. So how do you qualify for a VA loan without a credit score? Well, in this video, we're going to walk you through it and tell you everything you need to know. First things first, let's clear up a common misconception. The VA itself does not have a minimum credit score requirement. That means in theory, you don't need a credit score to qualify. However, VA loans are still issued by lenders, and most lenders set their own credit score requirements, usually around 580 to 620. So if you apply for a VA loan at a big bank, they might tell you don't qualify simply because you have no credit score, but that's not entirely true. Some lenders, especially smaller VA-focused lenders, offer manual underwriting for borrowers with no credit score. This means they look at your overall financial picture instead of just a credit report. And that's exactly what you need if you don't have a traditional credit history. All right, so how do you actually get approved for a VA loan without a credit score? Here's what you need to do. Step 1, find a lender that offers manual underwriting. Not all lenders will work with borrowers who have no credit score, so the first step is finding one that does. You want to look for a VA specialized lender that offers manual underwriting. Avoid the big banks. They tend to have strict internal rules that require a credit score. Smaller VA-focused lenders are usually your best bet. Step 2, prove your payment history through alternative credit. If you don't have a credit score, lenders will use alternative credit, also known as non-traditional credit, to see if you're financially responsible. This means providing proof that you've consistently paid bills on time, even if they don't show up on your credit report. Examples of alternative credit include rent payments, at least 12 months of on-time payments, utility bills like electric, water, or gas, cell phone bills, car insurance payments, streaming services. Some lenders accept payments like Netflix or Hulu if they're in your name. The key here is to showing a consistent history of on-time payments for at least 12 months. The lender wants to see that you have a habit of paying bills responsibly and on time. Step 3, show stable income and low debt to income ratio, or DTI. Since you don't have a credit score, lenders will pay extra attention to these two things. Your income stability, they want to see consistent employment and steady income. And your debt to income ratio. This is the percentage of your income that goes toward debt payments connected to housing. A lower DTI shows that you're financially stable and can afford a mortgage. The typical allowance for a DTI is up to 41%, but if you have no credit score, some lenders might want to see a lower DTI closer to 35% or even less. Step 4, consider a bigger down payment if needed. One of the best things about VA loans is that no down payment is required. However, if you don't have a credit score, some lenders might ask for a small down payment like 5 or 10% to offset that risk. Not all lenders require this though, so be sure to shop around and compare your options. Now, let's quickly bust some common myths about getting a VA loan with no credit score. Myth number 1, you can't get a VA loan without credit. The truth is, as long as you have a strong payment history with alternative credit, you can still qualify. Myth number 2, you'll have to pay a higher interest rate. Truth, if you use a VA lender that specializes in manual underwriting, you can still get a competitive interest rate. Rates are based on factors like DTI, income, and financial stability, not just your credit score. Myth number 3, you need a cosigner or joint applicant. The truth, you don't need a cosigner just because you don't have a credit score. As long as you meet VA guidelines and lender requirements, you can qualify on your own. And before we wrap up, here are a few final tips to improve your chances of getting approved for a VA loan without a credit score. Work with a VA specialized lender. They understand how to navigate no credit score applications. Start tracking your payments now. Keep records of rent, utilities, and other bills that you pay consistently month over month and on time. Avoid taking on new debt. Since you don't have a credit score, lenders don't want to see any risky financial moves. Be patient. Manual underwriting takes a little longer than automated approval, so expect a slightly longer pre-loan approval process. If you follow these steps, you'll be well on your way to home ownership with a VA loan, even if you don't have a credit score. So to wrap things up, yes, you can get a VA loan with no credit score. It just takes the right lender, solid proof of financial responsibility, and a little extra patience. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on valuable VA loan tips. And if you have any questions or personal experiences with VA loans, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.